Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's another beautiful day at the shop, outside, letting the BRZ stretch its legs today. And I think I'm going to tag you along with what we got going on in the shop. We're doing a little moving of cars. Had my morning totally wrecked in plans. I was originally going to be working on the SR20 car and hopefully getting some driving content for you guys. But unfortunately, I went to go to the DOL this morning to register it. I wanted to get it on collector's plates. And here in Washington, I guess literally not even 2 weeks ago, there was a new bill passed that basically I need to have the car that isn't even roadworthy yet on insurance and get it give them proof of another car that's registered and insured, which that's not a problem. It was just kind of just like last time I did this, you just kind of just bring the title, pay a little more, and that was that. So that was a little bit of a bummer this morning, kind of wrecked the whole plan, but I'm still gonna at least do a little switching to the cars. Definitely motivated me to work on the truck today though. So at least gonna try and get that thing cleaned up and see where we can move that. But first things first, we gotta move some cars around. So like I was saying in the last video, this thing's got a crazy story with it that I feel like I owe you guys. I'll throw the video in right now. Okay, someone just showed up, but I fucking hate this.
Back out for a second.
Okay, I don't know where this is going, or what's going on, but I'm not going to do this. This is the second time I'm doing this. I don't want to do this again, because at least I know what I'm looking for. So, as you can see, the axle's just hanging here, and so that was the initial holdup. I've noticed this. I looked in here and noticed that. I can zoom in. And if it'll focus, yep, that gash. And so I look down at the bottom section, of course, naturally I noticed that, and then I noticed this up here, some sort of canister or something that has a line going in it that goes to the gas tank that's obliterated, and then has left us with a vacuum line right here that doesn't go to anything. And so, yeah, again, a kind of summary of what's going on, because I'm not really explaining it. The car had that catastrophic failure in the rear end. It locked up as I was driving down I-5, and thankfully was completely safe. Didn't hit the guardrail. No one. I was by myself, and I was completely fine. It was just a shitty day, and so unfortunately, there's a lot more carnage outside of what I kind of obviously show in the video. You can kind of see, but I don't mention that the e-brake cable got twisted up in the axle that was there. And the freaking guy, man, I don't really care, because like whatever, I'm not like saying anything about it, but totally jacked up this like kind of bracket tree thing that goes on top of the front subframe mount. And I know that's not that structural and it's not a big deal, but it's kind of on principle, the fact that, like, I mean, what would you do if your car got dropped on a jack, you know? So yeah, we're here now. Funny enough, we'll get you that same angle of where we're at now. I didn't even put a new axle in it. I literally just freaking zip tied it together. So like I said in that clip, I don't really have the funds or time right now. I mean, if I wanted to, I would. I guess let me say that. Like, I definitely am extremely grateful for everything I've gotten here, and I know that I could push it where it moved if I really wanted to get this thing on the street. But I feel like that car deserves like a proper refresh, and I don't know exactly which direction I want to go with it, whether it's pure OEM or maybe I'll throw some poly bushings in there and kind of spruce it up and kind of give it like, make it athletic and spruce up where I can, and reinforce stuff, do the GK Tech kind of, what am I trying to say? Like I got Junior's car here where you can kind of do the anti-squat. That's what it is. It kind of relocates where this sits, because you can see they don't sit at the same angle. And so it kind of makes them sit more flat so the car doesn't camber in as much, or at least, you know, when it is taken to the track. Not that it's a track car or anything, but definitely not a track car. But yeah, I feel like I owe you guys, and just for chronological purposes of that car, I know it's been on the channel and now it's not. And there's a good reason for it. I freaking love that car, but it's all moldy and on the inside. You don't want to see it. And it was sitting outside for too long. So I just had to do that just so it can at least move around the property. And good news is that literally just zip tying the axle that was hanging there, although you can see in the video that the flange coming out of the diff is not straight, the kind of like the 5 little points that protrude off the center are not allowing the axle to sit flat up against it. But I'm not too worried. I couldn't, just worst case scenario, throw the open diff back in it. I don't know if I've said it or not, but for those who know, typically a 240 diff has a 3x2 pattern with the bolts, and those are 5x1. It's a JDM, like either 180SX or Sylvia LSD, so it's got the same gear ratio as a stock 240, but it's actually an LSD. So I use Infinity J30 axles, but gosh, there's some carnage there.
All day, all day. If I went down again, would you get tired of it? If I went down again, would you get tired of it? If I went down again, would you fuck with my friend? Would you spend all my ends? Go broke, would you pretend? If I went down again, would you get used to it? That's all that foolishness. That's all that loser shit. I always lose a bitch. Yeah, no, I ain't new to this. Oh, I always fall for her.
Well, I don't think it's any worse than the last time I saw it, but let's see how this thing fires up. I have a little cold start for, gosh, been a couple days now, maybe a week. Oh no, she's too beast. Yeah, and you can hear she's not running the best. So one of the very first things we gotta address is that, but I'm just trying to clean up and do what I can for free before throwing money into it. Oh. Let's see if we can get this thing in the shop without it dying or peeling out in the freaking dirt. Look at this. The dirt is so like mushy. It's from it freezing and getting so frosted and then it thawing right after, plus driving through it a ton. Holy crap. Oh, come on, stay alive. Maybe we'll let it warm up for a little bit longer too. And she made it. Honestly, pretty awesome. Still haven't even tried out the 4-wheel drive yet, but honestly, for some even cars that kind of struggle to get in here, this thing has shot tires and it still kind of pushes right through. So continues to amaze me, considering it's the free school bus we got. So although it's a short list, it's a long bit of work that I got to do this thing, between just swapping out license plates, kind of once-overing the car, giving it a vacuum and once-over, and I'm sure that's stuff that you guys don't want to see, so we'll just get back to you when it's clean. Because I know, and you know, that we just want to do 240 things. So, and just like that, whoa, just like that, the interior is clean. Well, I mean, clean. For this truck, it's like a base cleaning. For those who have bought a vehicle, it's really dirty. It's like, I at least feel like I can be in it and move it around and stuff. I just stripped the center console out and kind of all the pieces back there. If you could only smell this video, oh my gosh, just black ice and chemicals. So, without further ado, I'm gonna pull this truck out and let's get a 240 in here. And we're inside. So we got a little list for this thing we got to do before it's drivable. Makes sense to insure it, get it registered, and get it on the road. So don't be surprised, by the way, this list is a little bit long, and so if this maybe goes into tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised. A couple hours elapsed working on the truck, and it did kind of poop me, but I still want to get this thing ready. So that list contains mounting the front bumper and turn signals. We got to do the corner markers. Boom. So I guess turn signals, corner markers. Install the hood pins. Make sure the hood doesn't fly up on us. Jack this thing up, and I'm going to lower the front a smidge, raise the rear a smidge, just like we were talking, trying to kind of level this thing out a little bit. Give this thing an eyeball alignment up front. And then I got to mount the skirts a little bit better. And I think with that, oh, and I'm going to steal the battery from the blue car and throw it in this, because I was just telling Joey, the battery in this thing is literally so dead that the jump pack I use won't detect it as a battery sometimes. And so it literally won't even send the power to jump it. But yeah, anyways, we'll get started on the front end and kind of just probably work our way from the front, going back, and let's go. Let's just go. Junior just got here. So I got the front bumper off, got one of the lights mocked up. I swear I had two of these, but I must have let Sawyer borrow them, and so I just found this one on a random pig nose bumper I had laying around. Fun fact, seems like the pig nose bumper goes right in there. I don't know if that's just like common knowledge, but I'm gonna drill holes in the front, I think, to mount them through here, because there's already holes existing here for one, but two, this is so thin on this side. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm used to normally like drilling on this side, but looks like we're gonna drill in through there. And then, oh, you can see we got the metal brackets too. I just need to trim them down because they hit this. Shout out to Sawyer too, just talking about him. He made these for me. And so I just need to trim it past this little like clip-in piece for the side corner markers. But yeah, I'm gonna start drilling those out, like I said, and we will get that mocked up. I'll kind of throw it back on with some zip ties, see how it sits. I also need to change that bulb out right there, and we'll yeah, see if it clears with all this or if I'm gonna need to trim anything. Yeah, I think this got destroyed accidentally moving stuff around. Actually, that went really smooth. Start getting in the rhythm here. So these gotta kind of, that's gonna have to go through. This will have to plug in here. I think I'll just kind of get it up here. Oh, this head doesn't have a skirt. No. Kind of a pain, but that works. Yeah, that's good. All right, now that we got the bumper mounted, I think I'm gonna get to drilling out some bigger holes in the core support so I can get the hood pins in. Unfortunately, off camera, I did try to make the latch work. It wasn't today, but a little bit ago. And for some reason, this latch just will not catch. It won't go down far enough. And so at least it's all gonna just stay there. I don't want to rid it of the car, at least not yet, but it sits in place. And so I don't think it should be any problem if I just have the latches and it's all in place. All right, so we're just gonna basically drill out these holes right here. These two to be a little bit larger. But before I do that, there's a wiring harness that runs underneath the core support. So I'm gonna take these clips and drop it down. Cool. Quick and easy. All right, well, I'm gonna mess with the height on these and get them all dialed in, and then I'll get back with you guys when I actually am sure that it's gonna be like tight, positive, that this isn't gonna be a problem. And we are done. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oz, those are kind of ugly. And isn't that just gonna scratch your paint? Yes. And yes, but it'll at least get me down the road. Don't worry about this flying up. I honestly wouldn't have trusted that anyways, like on its own. But in a perfect world, like I said, I keep repeating it, but when I got a little money, I'll get some like those arrow catch style ones. And hopefully they work with those pins and I can just re-drill it on the hood. But either way, I'll probably still put it in that same location. I don't mind. They'd be a little nicer out wide, but I mean, whatever. They were already drilled on this hood, and I don't hate the look. In a perfect world, again, probably get a Sylvia hood that's made out of metal or without that catch. But I do like the Origin ones in fiberglass. But either way, let's keep trucking along. Perfect. I'm realizing that's a pain, so I'm gonna at least get the pilot hole drilled, and then once I know where the hole is, I'll be able to flip the brackets so that's not in my way. And casually, we've jumped to a time, same day, where we have a grill on here. That went way faster than I thought. I knew it was gonna be quick, but I kind of did that while paint was drying and everything on the brackets. As you can see, they've been painted just kind of rattle can black real fast. All 10mm hardware, so it's just quick and simple and easy. Sleek, can't even tell they're there. They go up in this top outer corner. Yeah, before they didn't match, but I'd switched it over really quick to the ones that were actually on the rear of that parts car out there. Fucking shit up, you know what I'm saying? First night out, man. What the hell, bro? I'm out here blowing intercooler pipes and running them over. Oh my God. Just trying to get a late night fucking snack before we leave the shop, and it's all right. This is definitely me too. This is definitely on me.